Yo, trader, welcome back. This is 4 rules that I followed to become a consistent trader after years of struggling. So, if this sounds like you right now, if you're in a bit of a tough spot, you've been doing it a while and you're just not consistent, you're probably stuck in this same cycle that I was in. So, these are the 4 things. And after this video, once you've watched them, you're going to be in a much better place to get to that next level now. So, let's get into it. So, the first rule is follow the plan. This is the core principle. What do I mean by follow the plan? Okay. It's a generic, vague statement, but what I mean by this is you need to be able to follow the plan. That's the key difference. I'm not just saying follow the plan, I'm saying you need objective mechanical rules. Once you've got this, if A happens, you do B, it becomes a lot more easier to follow. And the second thing that I like to do is use a swing system. What this does is it allows everything to slow down. All right. Everything's not as fast paced as like when you're day trading, when everything's just too fast and you're getting emotional and you're making bad decisions. Okay. So I've combined 2 things here. I've combined mechanical rules with a swing system. So it's easier to follow. I know my rules, it's black and white, objective. And I'm also using a swing system. So I've got time to take the trade, not rush. And also the setup forms when I come to the charts. I don't have to wait around like when I'm day trading or anything like that. It's as simple as this: show up, execute, and then I can walk away. That is much easier and more sustainable in the long run to do. I can do that every day. It's just a small bit of my routine. So that means I can actually follow the damn plan. And this is where traders go wrong. So that's the first tip. Make it simple and easy to follow. And how do you make your strategy simple and easy to follow? How do you make it objective? I've done a few videos on this, specifically what I'm about to go over. I've gone in detail in another video and I'll link it on here. But this is the CEST framework. And this is all you need to have an objective, clear plan. So what C stands for is conditions. So you need your main conditions. What are you looking for? You're looking for a trending market. Are you defining this with a market structure, or are you looking for EMAs to be aligned? Or whatever it is, you need to find your main conditions. This is what you look for before you even consider the next steps. So that's conditions. And then when you see these conditions, what's going to be your entry? So that's what E stands for. That is entry. Okay, could it be a candlestick pattern, an indicator crossing, a lower time frame confirmation? What is it? Okay, entry. So make an objective entry, whatever you choose, whatever works for you. S stands for stops. So where are you going to put your protective stop? Are you going to put it near an area where if it goes to that certain point, you know you're wrong, like previous structure? Are you going to use below an EMA or something like that? Okay, get really objective with that. And then finally, T is for targets. So this is basically your trade management. How are you going to manage the trade? Are you just going to set and forget? Are you going to go for fixed targets at a certain hour? Are you going to trail it? Have no targets. Okay, but this is the foundation. These 4 things right here are all you need to create an objective plan. Okay. I'm sorry about the writing, it's terrible. Okay. Once you've got the template down, then you can test it and refine it and all that good stuff. But this is the foundation. Okay. So use this framework to create your own plan. And if you do want to learn more on this, I go into it deep on another video. Just check the YouTube out. So rule number 2 is ignore outcomes. Okay. So you can't let losses affect you. All right. If you're having a couple of losses in a row, all right, let's see if it 3 in a row. You cannot start thinking about the outcome. Okay, I've lost all this. I need to make this. That's where traders go wrong. So what we need to do is focus on the process, focus on just following the strategy, managing your risk, and focus your energy there. All right, it's just wasted energy focusing on outcomes. All right, you have to learn to lose, and if not, you're going to struggle, unfortunately. So I can imagine you asking now, Alan, okay, ignore the outcomes. But how do you actually do this? Well, what I advise to do is you can try the 3 A's, okay? And what is that? Well, the first one is acknowledge. So what that means is acknowledge you're having these thoughts, these feelings popping into your head and you're feeling it in your body. Just acknowledge it. So that's the first one. Just create awareness around it. Now, the second step is accept. And what that basically means is, okay, accept it. Accept that you're having these thoughts, these feelings, and that it's a natural part of a stressful situation. This is evolution. Okay, you can't escape evolution. We have anxiety, we have emotions to protect us. When we have money on the line, it's basically the saber-toothed tiger from the old days. Okay, but it's just evolved to money now. Okay, because money means survival, it means power, it means all these things. So of course, we're going to have these natural reactions to a stressful situation where your heart beats faster, you have these crazy thoughts, but it doesn't mean you have to respond to them. You can just accept them. This is part of the parcel. That's fine. So that's the second step. Just accept. The last stage is act. So now you've accepted the situation. Now it's just time to act. This is where you make the choice to not react to these thoughts, not respond to them, not chat back. Okay. Do the right thing, which is follow the plan, manage your risk or whatever it is, or get out the room, out of sight, out of mind, whatever it is you need to do. But you need to do the action. And these three steps, if you repeat these over and over to whatever the situation is, not just ignoring losses, the better you're going to become at this, the better you're going to learn to detach. Okay. And not get hooked into these loops of overthinking and self-sabotage and all that stuff, right? So remember the 3 A's, say it in the moment, keep going over and over it, simple steps, but it's going to be very powerful and helpful in the long run. So rule number 3, protect the mindset. So we kind of spoke a little bit about it there, but with this, it's more so about keeping yourself in a good state. So what do I mean by that? Well, let me get into the next slide. So these are the trader states. This is basically the trader states that you can be in. And where we really want to be is in the top right, which is the control. We want to be in a state of acceptance and gratitude. Okay. What do these certain ones mean? Well, gratitude is basically, putting things in perspective. You might have had 3 or 4 losses and, feeling sorry for yourself. But this is where you think, okay, actually, I'm alive, I'm healthy, I've got the ability to sit down at a laptop and place a trade. I'm in a beautiful house with four walls and a roof. These are the things that you forget about, and that's where you just reframe. Think, I've got all these beautiful things in my life. I'm grateful. Okay, instead of thinking about all the things you haven't got or all the things that aren't going well. All right, this is going to shift you in a better state. So that's what gratitude is: accepting the situation for what it is. It's a normal part of the plan. Detached execution, like we just discussed before. And yeah, that's where we want to be. We want to be keeping ourselves in a good state with gratitude, acceptance in this area here. Where most traders find themselves is in this area down here. They're pessimistic and they've got that low emotional control. All right. So that leads to emotional trading, blaming everything, no structure, revenge trading, etc. So yeah, we need to learn to shift ourselves in a good state. And that's why I focus on a large part is protecting my mindset because it's all about keeping yourself in a good state, keeping optimistic, keeping positive. And when you do that, trading becomes a lot more easier. But when you're drowning in your own negativity and feeling sorry for yourself, that's all you get. You seem to get more of it. So we need to be in a place of abundance, okay, as well, where we accept that we might be in an uncomfortable situation now, but the good times are going to come. More trades will come. The edge will play out. The money's out there. It's going to be here eventually. It's just about switching your mindset and putting yourself in a better vibe, a better energy than the 90%. All right, because one is going to be a bit more sustainable, a bit more peaceful, and a lot better way to live. All right, so we want to always focus on changing our state to one of the top right. And finally, the last one is trust the data. And this is why I use mechanical system as well, because, when you've got simple, objective, black and white rules, you can test it, you can verify it and see how robust it is and see how it performs over the years. And that gives you confidence. You can see when it worked, when it didn't, and how it recovered. And that gives you the expectation of when you go into the markets, you can handle it. You're prepared, right? You've seen how it works in the test, and then you've got something to reference live, which is super, super valuable. People underestimate the value of having the data at hand. So yeah, what this does, it protects your mindset as well, leading on from what we just said, because you have something to reference and keep that confidence up. Whereas most traders, they have a few losses, they're trading discretionary systems, and they're like, oh no, the system doesn't work or whatever. But it might just be that it's just going through a drawdown, but they don't know that and they can't trust it. And that creates that overthinking and they end up in that pessimistic state. So you can see how these rules come into play. So you need to know your basic stats. At the very least, you need to know, what your average returns are, um, what your drawdowns, your win rates, and then you can go from there into deeper things as well. But when you've got something to reference, you can work out if I've got a 50% win rate. Okay, I know there's a 100% chance of having four in a row. Okay, so if you get four losses in a row, okay, that's perfectly normal. You're not going to sweat it because you know with the data it's perfectly normal. You can just see how this just calms you a little bit. So yeah, data is key. And I always say these two things. Once you've got the data, you only need to do two things, which is one, follow the plan, and two, manage risk. And if you do these two things and you've got an edge, you'll win. It's simple as that. So again, it just protects that mindset as well and keeps you in that confident state. So yeah, that's my motto. Follow the plan, manage risk. As long as I'm doing them two things, I have nothing to worry about. So let's recap. So the four things are follow the plan, ignore the outcomes, protect the mindset, and trust that data. These are the four things that have massively helped me and will help you as well going forward. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you found it informative and it helped you a little bit going forward. And if you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. And also, if you did, resonate with this, I'll put a link down below of how my system works. It's called the trifecta trading approach. It's a minimalist system. We use mechanical rules. It takes us 10 minutes a day. It's super simple. And if that sounds like something that you want to do, click the link below and have a little gander and see what you think. So yeah, nonetheless, thanks for your time. Thanks for joining me, watching this with me. And yeah, take care. Have a good one. Bye bye.